In my full interview with Diwaker Singh, founder and CEO of Crikle, he talked about Crikle's innovative guided selling function. I think this is a big breakthrough in more productive selling. And so I asked Diwaker if I could revisit him for a deeper dive interview into guided selling. And he said yes. So welcome, Diwaker. Nice to see you.
Thank you very much, Malcolm. Thank you for having me on again.
Okay. Remind us of the thinking behind your guided selling concept at Crikle.
As we all know, sales has always been a consultative process. It's about trying to understand what the customer needs, trying to put together a proposition, trying to overcome objections, and trying to meet to satisfy the customer. And traditionally, this has been done in showrooms. It's been done in sales offices, with the customer and the seller sitting face to face. Over the years, with the advent of e-commerce, buying and selling has taken a slightly different shape. You can actually sit in your home or in your office or anywhere and buy things. But typically, what you can buy through e-commerce are things which are mass-produced, things which are not specifically tailored to your needs. You have to take what you get. Now, there is obviously the fact that guided selling or the consultative selling still exists is evident by the fact that there's still showrooms, there's still salespeople. I mean, if everything was happening on e-commerce, why did you need salespeople? But what there isn't there today is a process that would enable salespeople to go after customers who do not have the time, the inclination to visit showrooms, to visit sales offices, and still sell to them in a consultative fashion. How do you do this? Today, it's done in a very broken fashion. You make phone calls, you send email, you send WhatsApp messages. There is no consolidated platform where you can actually behave like you are in a showroom, show your customers what they want to see, overcome their objections, and sell. That's what Crikle is trying to do.
Fascinating. I think it's superb. So in practical terms, how does it work?
So the way it works, Malcolm, is not much different that it would work in real life, in a real life showroom and a real life sales office. You get an inquiry. And once you get an inquiry and understand what your customer wants, you get onto the Crikle platform. And in the Crikle platform, you prepare a presentation or a proposition using high quality multimedia, which you can do on Crikle's platform. You can use videos, you can use photographs, you can use spreadsheets, or whatever you need to do to display your wares, to display your service. Then you invite your customer into your showroom, which means you invite them into Crikle, and have a live conversation with them where you put yourself behind the product and explain the product in detail, answer the questions that your customers might have, overcome the objections. But more importantly, if your customer wants to see a different product or a different service, you can do this instantly, on the fly, at the same time, hopefully ending that conversation with some sort of an agreement at least as to how to progress further.
Wow, that's fantastic, isn't it? Can you give us a couple of scenarios or examples?
So I think one interesting scenario that I can talk about, for example, is if you're buying a luxury car, right? So you are buying a luxury car, but you want to discuss all the fancy gadgets, the fancy interiors, the colors, the options that can be put on this car. Now, one way you can do this is to go to the showroom, sit with the salesperson, because you don't want to just see and buy. You want somebody to explain to you what it means. So this works wonderfully on Crikle. So the salesperson is able to show the customer the different options, discuss them through, create a short list, price it, and actually conclude that sale. Or, for example, if you're a real estate company, selling or renting offices or homes, once you know what your customers want, you bring them into the Crikle showroom, show them your different products, take them through. Nobody is going to buy a house or rent a place without getting to know about it, without talking to somebody. So these are just two very simple use cases for Crikle. Of course, there are plenty more.
Yeah. So can guided selling work for all types of businesses in all types of sectors then?
I would say yes for most types of sectors, but ideally the product or the service that is being sold needs to either be high value, it needs to be bespoke in some fashion,
Yeah.
and it needs to be specially tailored for a particular customer. Because if you just wanted to buy a vacuum cleaner, right, you don't need to come to Crikle. You can just go to an e-commerce site and do it. But if you're selling something which is high value, where there needs to be a conversation between the buyer and seller, where either there's a need for explaining or for trust to build up, I think Crikle is the answer.
So then, does it need a new breed of salesperson to really work it well?
No, in fact, on the contrary, Crikle supports the sales process. So what Crikle, as a platform itself, is very easy to understand and very easy to use. So it just facilitates the sales process and makes the salesperson's job easier. No training required here.
Excellent. I'll just remind people of your URL, which is on the screen behind me there. So what do you reckon will be the real ROI, return on investment, from guided selling once a company fully integrates it?
So I think that's a difficult question, Malcolm, because what I can tell you is that what Crikle should do for any business. It should definitely improve the time taken to close a sale and thereby reduce the sales cycle. It should definitely help with conversion, more conversion, increasing the conversion rate. Therefore, it should definitely help with improved revenues and improved cash flows. We have had a few examples where we know that some companies have increased their revenues by 30% already in the last 2 months using Crikle. But, I can't say that that's the norm. No. Because it depends on what you're selling and who you're selling.
Yeah. Diwaker Singh, I'm sold. I'm into guided selling. I believe in it. Thank you very much indeed for this deeper dive return. Thank you.
Thank you, Malcolm. Thank you very much.